Hello, welcome to my 3D Amuser channel, and this is part 2 of Creation Blue project. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to import your fabric from Marvelous Designer and how to convert it to quads, and you can UV it. Then you could do the texturing and shading, and you can also details as well. Let's get started. So I have my Maya here. So this is the cube I just created for the demo purpose. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Marvel Designer. I'm going to say hit new, and I'm going to file, import obj. I'm going to say cube and Laura's avatar and click OK. So now I have this cube here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create like a simple rectangular shape. After that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate it to 90 degrees so that we could see him falling on. So I'm gonna hit simulate. So the simulation proceeds, and it's my cube, and the fabric pattern is awesome. I love it. It's kind of falling down. So if you want, what you could do is you could go here. You could stop the simulation button, then you could also change the shape as well. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So it's going to happen here. You can see it's stopped at a certain point. If you want, you can move it around and do whatever you want. So now I have my mesh here, and I'm going to hide this. So if you can see, we have a tablecloth. So what I'm going to do is go and select this and say file, export, and OBJ selected. So I'm going to say this as cloth I as my iris. I'm going to save it, say replace it. So I'm going to do this a single object. If you have multiple objects, you could do multiple object as well. But it's better to do single objects because sometimes it's easier to project in ZBrush, and it's easy to UV it as well. And make sure you give thin, because what thin does is thin gives one mesh. It doesn't have any thickness to it. If you give thick, there will be thickness to it. There will be like 3 meshes. And make sure you give weld. If you have two patterns and 2 or 3 more patterns, you could weld it. Welded means it merges the vertices. If you give unwelded, it doesn't merge the vertices. So you have like separate pieces for separate faces for in Maya and separate polygroups in ZBrush. So I usually give weld, and you could do one object or multiple objects. So it does the same. If single object does it exports all your pattern as a one pattern, and if you have multiple objects, it's gonna import your pattern as different pieces. And you say unified UV coordinates because it's gonna come with the UVs. The UVs is the one you see in the 2D pattern window. So you hit OK. So it's going to export with the material. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say reset 2D arrangement. So this is the 2D arrangement what we have in the first stage. So I'm going to say export, which is selected. I'm going to say this is a UV. And I'm going to say single object, and I'm going to say thin. The thick is turned on. So I'm going to say weld, and I'm going to say OK. So as well, I'm going to Maya now. So I have the same cube at the same position. I'm going to select I object and the UV object and grab it. So this is my UVs, and this is my cloth. And you can go to my polygons. You can see the UVs right here, and it has the same UVs and vertices as well. So the easiest way to match to this one, because I want to make this pattern to like a quads. In order to make the quads, you have to take a step before doing that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to blend, since we have the same vertices and same UVs, we could blend shape my cloth into the UV one. So I'm going to select my cloth first. I'm going to select my 2D. I'm going to animation tab. Oops. I'm going to go to animation Finish tab, go to deformers, and I'm going to say blend shape. Nothing happened because if you go to here, the UV one, if you blend shape it, it's going to do that. So now on my cube and my iris mesh, there you go, my UV is right there. You can literally see it. So now if I go back, you can see it goes back to that one. So now you can see I just assigned a shader and you can see it there. And now what you could do is I want to make this to quad. So to make it quad, I'm going to put it in a live stage. I'm going to create polygon tool, just snapping through the vertices in the corners. So now I have a plane. I'm gonna reverse my normals. The normals were reversed. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some let's make it even denser. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add, where is my options? For some reason my Maya is acting up because I couldn't see the menus here. Anyway, so what I'll do, okay, there you go. So now if I go back, you can see this is my mesh from Marvel Designer, and this is the mesh I created in Maya itself. Since it doesn't have enough subdivisions, you could, if you want, you could also have a smooth modifier on top of it. So now this just subdivides have certain subdivisions in it. So now what you could do is you could select this mesh and select the other one, and you could say deformer wrap. So what this is going to do now is, if I'm going to my blend shape, and if I do this, no, it's other way around. So I'm going to select my Q mesh and I'm going to say wrap. So now if I go to my blend shape, and if I do that, it's going to, I'm going to hide my mesh. Boom, there you go. There's your quads. If you have higher subdivisions, it's going to give, I'm going to turn on my mesh as well. So if you see, it's literally matching. It's now you could take this to ZBrush and project it, and you could add details. And you can, if you want, go to your UV editor, and it's going to have the same UVs. So this is how you export meshes from fabrics from Marvel Designer to Maya. Then you could export to ZBrush, and you could add a lot of details. And if you have any questions regarding this, or hit me up, I will happy to help you guys as well. To recap everything, I'm going to show everything again. Cube mesh here, cube mesh here. So this is my 2D. I created a 2D pattern window. Then I simulated my mesh. So now we had a fabric. Then I went to File, Export, OBJ selected, and make sure do single object and thin, and say weld unified UV coordinate. So it's exports with a UV, and click OK. Then click on Reset 2D arrangement. Then go to File, Export, OBJ selected, and say UV, and same thing, object selected, and say thin, single object. If you have multiple objects, select multiple objects and weld, and unified UV crutches, unified UV coordinates, and click OK. And now we have everything. Then you import to Maya. So now we have the iris and the UV. So what you do is you select the cloth first, because we are blending in the 2D pattern to the the fabric pattern. So select this one first and select this one and go to animation tab and go to constraint, go to deformer and say blend shape, and that's going to where's my, that's going to create a blend shape, and just like this. So that's going to create a blend shape. I'm going to grab the blend shape so you guys can see it. Then you warp it around it. So once you create a blend shape, you go and make a plane, match it to this shape, and select the plane first, and the, select the mesh first, then the plane, and say deformer and warp. Then once you go and once you fix the blend shape, the quad model is going to follow it. So the more subdivisions I have, the more it follows it. Then you can import this both into ZBrush, and you could add some more details, and you could UV it as well. So that's it, guys, and this is how you import a Marvel Designer to Maya. It's straightforward. And if you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and comment below. If you have any questions, hit me up at 3dmr@gmail.com. I will be happy to answer your question. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.